This is Progress Report Week 5 for PopAir and AI Coder Project. PopAir is a research-focused AI-driven development of web application. The AI tools that we used to develop this project were ChatGPT-4, ChatGPT 3.5, GitHub Copilot, Google Bard, and DALL-E 2, as well as Midjourney. It is a web application that matches prospective owners to animals. Most technology stacks were React, Node, and Flask. This week was very progressive for us. Many of us got a very fully functioning site up with just some minor tweaks that need to be addressed. We all met the basic goal of hosting a website on some sort of platform, whether it was local or on Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and Azure. The failures were primarily met with refining and perfecting the website to provide the desired functionality. Most of us have used AI tools to help us guide through the process, but there was more troubleshooting that needs to be done through self-improvement. In addition to communicating on Discord, we met Sunday to discuss wrapping up the final parts required for the course, namely the poster, write-up, and video. This week, Joseph continued to develop his site by focusing his work on the front end of the site, which was put off towards the end of the development of his application. This was mainly because he encountered many difficulties focusing too much on the front end and not enough to the back end, which he spent the last few weeks focusing on. This week, he took a different approach to do more of the front end UX design. Specifically, he established a template header that is reflected on all the HTML pages to give the site a more consistent look. As mentioned earlier, he upgraded his animal list page, and he further worked on his login authentication so that there are a two-level system, one for admin and one for normal users. As mentioned, he enhanced the UX and user layout, which shows a significant improvement towards what he had before, which is mostly placeholder code and placeholder templates for adding a user and other CRUD tasks. He will continue to finish the remainder changes needed for a site to become fully functional, namely search functionality, etc. Joseph faced notable challenge in his app development journey. He discovered that as the conversation history with ChatGPT grew longer, the system's response speed significantly decreased, similar to a database being re-indexed. To overcome this, he initiated a new chat window, which he had to basically reteach. The unexpected issue not only took up a lot of his time, but hindered the overall progress of his app development. He plans to tackle this blocker by adopting a more streamlined approach. He intends to use separate chat windows for more straightforward updates, reducing the complexity and volume of the information in each chat session. Additionally, he will focus on retraining each new chat with only the essential tasks that remain to complete the development of his site app. This strategy should help in maintaining the performance issues and keep the project moving forward efficiently. Here are the changes that Joseph made to his website that reflect all of the UX experience that he upgraded. Here is the home page. Here is the user registration page. Here's where you add a new pet. Here's a link to all the available pets. And here's an example of an individual pet profile. Please note that this is all random generated data, so dog doesn't actually mean cat, but it's just all placeholder. Overall, the week has been very productive for all of us, as we all were able to work towards our goals independently. We didn't need too much to do in terms of ongoing communication, and we decided to have one more formal meeting. This week, Arvin finished creating an automated test suite with Copilot and Unitest. He also improved Shelter add and edit functionality, implemented user browsing, but was unable to finish the favorite system or the disposition filters. Finally, he added his share of the progress report, later than planned, however on time. Next week, Arvin will put the finishing touches on his website in preparation for the final demo. He will finish the user's functionality, fine-tune the shelter's reservation system, and polish up the UI. He will also contribute to the project poster as needed. Arvin felt mostly blocked by the complexity of his database design. While it might make sense for the long term, the short term might require him to simplify his schema. He also felt limited by the style of Midjourney and DALL-E 2's output. To mitigate this, he will leave new graphics for later, as they are not really important right now. This week, Arvin was active on the Discord group chat and added to the team meeting this Sunday. He also reached out to me regarding his demo. Speaking of which, here is a quick look of what Arvin worked on this week. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you the functionality of Arvin's page, specifically how you search for animals and such. Here is his homepage. Here we go to dogs or cats or other, or even all. This lists all of the animals available. You can go here to cats or dogs. We'll pick cats since I'm a cat person. Here are some of the cats available, and now I'll show you how to search for a specific cat. Say I want to see a Persian cat. So we'll go to animal type cat, and we'll go to breed. We'll go down to Persian, and now we will apply filters, and we should get one cat. And we did. It's a wonderful page, and I look forward to seeing all the improvements unfold. This week, Ashwini was able to create a drop-down menu to reach the goal of having designated adopted available pending markers for each animal. She was also able to do this for both cats and dogs on their list of animals to choose from. Ashwini's goals for the upcoming project work include adding SQL functionality to a drop-down menu for pet availability, implementing an adopt button, and exploring ways to obtain data from contact, login, and sign-up forms using PHP and MySQL. She plans to create a table database in the web browser and will also consult with her teammates to explore alternative approaches for integrating PHP into the project. This week, Ashwini felt blocked and was encountering issues with drop-down functionality. The week consisted of troubleshooting PHP, MySQL, and HTML for the table display based on user data. She also felt blocked by her limited knowledge about incorporating an RSS feed. The team met synchronously and was able to delegate future tasks to cover the project poster, write-up, and final video. It was a positive and productive meeting, and Ashwini is looking forward to making more progress to finish out the semester. Here is a demo of Ashwini's page that she has further improved and some of the functionality she would like me to show and demonstrate. If you click here on Adopt here, you will see the list of the pets available. And if you click on each and every, or if you click on disposition where it says available, pending, adopted, you'll see that the drop-down menu comes up. Charles started the week finishing up the animals page. He added a few more animals to the backend, implemented the forms and SQL queries for the search functionality, and improved the navigation. Charles then worked on the index page, creating the paw pair welcome logo and adding new links to the page. He finally tinkered with the CSS, adding a generated background image and improving the feedback of selectable objects as well as the overall appearance of forms, tables, and navigation. Charles was able to finish all his desired tasks to completion. In the upcoming week, Charles plans to start working on the poster for the team, as well as begin his portion of both the final video and write-up. As for the app itself, Charles hopes to find time to continue replacing header text and plain colored backgrounds with more interesting images to improve the look of the app. Charles feels blocked by the aesthetics side of the poster. He doesn't really know how to utilize the template, the best way to design the layout of the poster, or how much content to put on it. He plans to consult an artist friend for suggestions. Charles also feels blocked by his frustrating attempts to use AI imagery. He dislikes the constant spelling errors and inability for the model to convert his explicit instructions into images. He plans to continue having patience and attempt using other tools other than DALL-E 3, such as Midjourney. Charles feels the group had a very productive synchronous meeting on Sunday the 19th to discuss the final deliveries for the capstone project. He feels the work was divided reasonably and appropriate communication channels were opened between members who would need each other's support to finish their tasks. Here's Charles's page. If you go to the home page, which we're at now, you'll notice that he has a background that he added, a new logo, and a little bit more contact review. If you go to login, you'll notice that there's admin level users and there's regular level users. Now we're at the animal search, where you can search for an animal. I will search for a cat, and I will not put any specifications. I just want to see cats. And the result shows namely cats. Only cats. Last week, Adam made significant progress on two fronts. First, he implemented photo attachment for each animal in the database, now visible on the animals page. Secondly, he completed the Add Animals page, enabling users to add pets with pictures to the database. These images and details are now immediately displayed on the animals page. Both tasks were successfully finished, markedly enhancing the application's user experience. Next week, Adam plans to finalize the website's design with some aesthetic improvements, aiming for a more polished look. He will also work on fully deploying the backend to enhance the site's functionality. Additionally, Adam will start the final course write-up and begin a summary video to showcase the product's journey and achievements. Adam's facing two main blockers: the complex task of deploying a MERN application on platforms such as AWS and Google Cloud, and personal fatigue from a heavy course load this quarter. To address the deployment issues, he's looking to specific tutorials and seeking advice from online communities. For managing fatigue, Adam plans to prioritize his most critical tasks and ensure regular breaks to maintain his energy and focus. On November 19th, we had a very highly productive team meeting. We concentrated on the final deliverables, effectively delegating tasks and distributing the workload among team members. The progress we've made and the team's dynamics are very promising, showing that we're on track for a successful project completion. Here is a video of Adam demonstrating how a pet is added to his site. In conclusion, we are going to continue to try to push the limits of both AI tools and determine the strengths and weaknesses of AI tools, as well as solutions to challenges which arise during our development. Our current goal is our last goal, which is to move forward towards the final phases of all of our websites, as well as finish the project altogether. We will individually work to properly host, develop, and maintain CRUD functionalities of all the users' profiles, as well as the other aspects of the sites. We will also sharpen the user interfaces on each of our sites to make our sites more user-friendly as we move towards completion.